Welcome back to the channel. It is Racer X, and today is a pretty exciting day because today is day one of the Mustang Twin Turbo build. Yes, this car is getting a Bad Daddy Twin Turbo kit from Hellion, and so we're going to head down to Mansfield and go to Gearheads here, as you guys have seen me there several times, and they do fantastic work, and today they're going to do their magic on this car. This kit I've been trying to get put together for months and months, and finally all the components of the kit, everything is together, it's there at the shop, and we're going to get it installed. I'm going to show you what it's all about. Should be a fun one. Also guys, if you are new to my channel, do me a big gigantic favor, hit subscribe. It's right down there at the bottom. You can follow me on Instagram, hit that notification bell so you know when my new stuff comes out, and we are off. All right, well, I have finally arrived on just an absolutely crappy, rainy day at Gearheads Automotive. This is in Mansfield, Texas. As you can see, the Mustang is right there, ready to pull this bad boy in and get this party started. So we'll go take a quick look at the shop, and then it's all good from there. All right, so this is the entry to Gearheads. As you can see, I love the fact that they have these motors sitting in here, and they've got all this cool stuff on the walls. My man Phil here, he's always present. There he is. You got a couple more motors right here, but that's the man that will help you out if you call up here. And as we jump into the shop area, you can see they have a big shop here at Gearheads. They do a lot of really big builds here at Gearheads as well. You can tell that one's making more than like just a little bit of horsepower. And then if you look here, but you can see Mustangs, and here's the cool thing, you'll see a lot of different stuff up here. Yes, you will see a lot of Mustangs, but you'll also see a lot of other stuff. For example, they've got obviously a Camaro right here, so LS and LT type platforms. You see a Lightning over here, and then they're doing a lot more Mopar stuff here, as well as, you know, both myself and Demonology, we bring our cars up here, and boom, you can see my man Luis here. He's working on a Mopar, and I think he's putting a cam in this 6.1 right now. And then, of course, you've got other Hellcats out here. So a lot of activity going on here at Gearheads. So we'll get this Mustang pulled in here. We'll get everything unboxed, and we'll get the party started. Check out this beautiful 67 Mustang that these guys are working on. It's a really good-looking car. I'm a fan. So you can see the engine here. Definitely got a little custom fab work going on right there. My man Matt, you guys have seen him on the channel before. What are you up to, brother?
Oh, just doing a hydraulic clutch conversion too.
Yeah?
Yep.
Hydraulic clutch conversion. It looks like a lot of tedious crap.
A little bit. You got to make some, to make a link that goes from the pedal to the master, and that's what's fighting me right now.
I'm with you, man.
Every one of them wants to bend.
You about ready to throw a twin turbo kit on a Mustang?
Oh, we're going to get it done.
I appreciate it, brother. All right, well, guess what? I stepped away for just a little bit, and while I was gone, they actually got the Mustang pulled into the bay, and my man Matt here is already on it. Now, you've seen Matt before on my channel. He's the one who actually installed the X-Mod on this car previously and did a fantastic job, knocked it out in no time. So I would assume, given maybe 3 or 4 hours, Matt will have this turbo system completely in the car. Probably not, but I know he's back there working his magic on it. He's already starting to take stuff off of the car. So let's take a little closer look at this kit from Hellion and some of the other components that have come in for it. All right, now you can see I've got a bunch of boxes on the floor. Actually, I don't, Matt does. So this was a lot of the piping and stuff like that came with the turbo kit. Some of you may have seen the video that I put out previously when this kit first came in. And keep in mind, it's been months since we kind of started this journey with Hellion and Magnaflow and all of my great sponsors. But you can see lots of different boxes here. He's already got the turbos out sitting over here. And this is the fuel system that came in from 4 Innovations. Yes, I had 1300cc injectors come in from ID. Also, this is the Bad Daddy 3-hat fuel system that came in for this car, and he's already kind of working in this box a little bit as well, because the oil pump gears and the sprocket also came in this box. So he's got a lot of stuff going on. Well, it's looking pretty good, brother. It looks like you already got a whole bunch of stuff coming off the ar. Really, this is a whole process. So
yeah, gotta take off the front bumper.
Yeah. So far, I see you've already got some stuff off of the car. But from a build perspective, what all are you going to do first?
I'm going to do the oil pump gears first.
Okay.
Just to get them out of the way, since that's already involved with taking the timing cover off and everything else. And then after that, I'll focus on the turbo system, and then after that, the fuel system. So oil pump gears first. So in order to do the oil pump gears on this particular car, what all do you have to do? I have to drain the coolant. I have to lift off the valve covers a little bit, just enough to clear it, and then take off your accessory, your belts, everything, and then after you actually have to take off the timing cover and drop the oil pan.
Oh, gee. You got to take basically half the motor apart.
Correct.
The whole front part of the car has to come apart. But of course, you got to do that for the turbos anyway. So it's like half the battle's just getting the car apart to put all this stuff in. But I mean, of course, the oil pump gears are pretty important on this car, aren't they? For a build like this,
yes,
it's almost 100%. Critical. At least that's what I was told.
Yes, 100%. If you're going to be banging on the two-step and everything else, you don't want anything to happen with the oil pressure or a chance to even hurt the motor, so you might as well just take care of it now.
Got you. Awesome, brother. Well, man, I know you're going to get this knocked out in no time. I'm going to let him do his thing, and we'll check back in with Matt here in just a little bit. All right, well, today is actually day 2 of the Hellion Twin Turbo Mustang build, and I'm actually on my way back up to Gearheads today. Kind of a rainy, crappy day outside, but yesterday was kind of an abbreviated day. I mean, really, they just got started with taking the car apart, getting ready to throw the oil pump gears and all that good stuff in, but I feel like today, it's already the afternoon, so I feel like today is going to be a day where they make a lot of progress on the car, so we'll head back up, and we'll see where things stand. All right, so I have arrived back at Gearheads, and Matt is still working on the car. Now, he is still working on trying to get those oil pump gears in there. Now, keep in mind, this is not an easy thing to do. You have to take, like I said, half the front of the car has to come off. So let me go show you what he's up to over here. I also got Travis, he's the owner of Gearheads, and he's working on pulling a read file out of this car so that it can be sent over to the guys at Hellion, who will then send it over to the guys at Palm Beach Dyno, and we will get an awesome tune file already ready to go. So it's just sitting there for when they do finish up this car. That way the tune file can get loaded in, get on the dyno. So it is a little bit of a process, but let's check in with Matt real quick and see how he's doing. Now, as you can see, he's got a bunch more parts out of the car. You can see he's got, obviously, the intake. He's got the fans out of the car. Now, this is actually what's going in right now. This is part of the huge pain in the butt. It's funny how something so small like a sprocket and oil pump gears can make you have to take half the car apart. But as you can see, he's in here doing his magic. And I'm not going to get in his way, but you can see he's got really the head covers off here. So you can see these Coyotes are insane, just how in-depth these heads are. You can see the timing change there. A lot of stuff goes on with the dual overhead cam design in these Coyote engines, which is partly why they breathe so well on the top end. But this is a good look at exactly what the inside of one of these heads looks like. As you can see, he's now trying to get this off because the oil pump gears go in directly behind that. What a pain in the rear, but it's necessary for this kind of build, guys. It's necessary. He's also informed me that he's got to take this off right here. Matt, how's it going, brother?
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, how you making progress?
Oh yeah.
I am amazed just how much of this car has to come apart to do these oil pump gears, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna have half the car sitting over here in a minute.
Yep, and then this whole thing, the whole front bumper had to come off in order for your intercooler to fit and everything. Yeah. So I just figured I might as well just get out the way.
What do you think about that Hellion intercooler? We talked a little bit about that yesterday.
I like it. I dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good design, and they
So it's a pretty big intercooler. It's like a lot bigger than what comes from the factory.
For
so
sure.
Yeah, the guys from Hellion, they know what they're doing, man. So I can't wait to see what this thing looks like once you get all this stuff going in. So when's the turbo going on? That's what I want to know. This is like the stuff that you're like, I don't start getting excited until I see the turbos going in.
As soon as I get done with the oil pump gears.
It's like 3 more days, we'll have this.
They are going on. They'll be way before that.
No, I got you, brother. I know you're working at it, man, and you're doing a great job, so I appreciate it. So while Matt's over there doing his magic to the car, I do want to show you, obviously here are these Bad Daddy turbos from Turbonetics. Obviously this is part of the Hellion kit. These are 64 millimeter obviously twin turbos, ball bearing. I mean, these are a relatively new design from these guys. I am absolutely stoked about what these things are going to do to this car. And of course, here's another nice little custom touch from Hellion. This bolts directly up to the header. It's just, what a beautiful kit. And you can see he's got a lot of other pieces laid out here, just kind of ready to go, getting everything organized and staged before the party starts underneath the car. Well, and there's our man Luis. He's working on something entirely different. He's got a Hellcat up in the air, so they do a lot of Mopar work here at Gearheads as well. So what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Pretty good, guys. How you going?
What are you working on, man?
I'm just doing some modifications to this fuel system.
Okay.
Got a line that the fitting on it is kind of giving me trouble, giving me a leak. So
gotcha.
I'm going to go ahead and redo that, make sure there's no fuel leaks for
Man, you are the Mopar guru, my friend. So
I try.
You got it going on, brother.
You guys keep me busy, so
yeah, absolutely.
keep it going.
All right, so check it out. We do have the stock oil pump gears out of the car now. I say we, Matt did this. I didn't have anything to do with it, but at any rate, these are cast steel, so they're not nearly as strong as the billet pieces that came in. Obviously, that's why so many people do replace the oil pump gears in here, and obviously my build is no exception. And then, of course, over here, you can see these are the new ones going in. So Matt will have those bad boys in. It's just, you can actually kind of feel it even in the weight when you pick them up. And of course, we got a new sprocket going in. There's the old one, there's the new one. Much stronger sprocket there as well. So just peace of mind to make sure that when we're really running all the horsepower through this monster, that that's going to hold up. Try to break the stock gear. Let's see it.
Oh, you heard it?
Oh, I heard the ping. I heard the ping.
Oh, it's cracked there.
Oh, it is cracked. So ear height, you can crack one of these. That is insane. Already broken.
Chunk it on the ground,
It'll really shatter.
Yeah.
That is insane that those things break that easy. All right, now he's actually getting the aftermarket oil pump gears kind of seated in here. Everything's looking solid, getting those things all nice and lubed up. So we're going to put those in here momentarily. So as you can see, Matt has a lot more stuff to put back on the actual engine itself. He's basically got to put the engine completely back together after putting those oil pump gears in here. And as you can see, he's got all sorts of stuff kind of laid out right over here on the ground. So all that stuff has to get put back on the car before he can actually start installing the turbo kit. And of course, at that point, we're going to raise the car up in the air and we'll start bolting everything up. And luckily, the X mod really doesn't even have to come off the car for the most part. So it's just going to be starting to bolt everything up. He's already got the header on the car on the driver's side, which is fantastic. So I'm just going to catch up with him tomorrow, let him kind of finish up what he's doing right here. Luckily, I think he's running around here somewhere, so I'm not in his way. But at any rate, so I'm going to just go ahead and take off. I'm going to let him just finish what he needs to do here, get the engine put back together. They'll start bolting up the turbo kit tomorrow, and then the real fun begins. All right, guys, guess what? It is a different day. I am back here at Gearheads Performance. So technically, this is day 2 of the Mustang GT Twin Turbo build. So I'm going to go check in with Matt here momentarily. He's been really at work all day. It's actually kind of the end of the day here. But I wanted to give him all day to just kind of work on it, do his magic. He was putting the engine back together yesterday after putting the oil pump gears in here. I believe today he's working on getting that turbo set up, really all kind of bolted in, and there's a lot of little pieces that come to it. So it does take a little bit of time. So let's go check in with Matt and see how things are coming. All right, take a look. Matt has got a bunch of stuff done. You can see the intercooler there that's provided by Hellion. Take a look at that bad boy. That thing is huge. Pulling some cars in as we speak, actually, but you can see that he's got the intercooler in. Matter of fact, if we take a little closer look, I do see a couple of twin turbos already tucked up under here. It looks like he's working on some of the oil lines and stuff like that. But he's got a lot of the piping done in here. You can see the oil scavenge pump, which is tucked up in here. Boom, right there. So he's got a lot of different components already on this installed and ready to go. So he's kind of working on some of the final touches here with some of these lines. I think there's a T that comes here, goes over to both turbos. Let me show you what this looks like from the back. So he's got the stock cat pipes here on the ground. We need to keep a close eye on those or somebody will hack them up and take them in and change them out for spare part for the palladium in them. So that was my last video. Anyway, we've got the, this is from the X mod. That's that awesome X pipe from MagnaFlow, and we've got the rest of the system here from MagnaFlow that was already on the car. Actually, Matt installed that here a few weeks back, but you can see he went ahead and he took everything off from right here with the V-band clamps. And as we move up towards the front, you can see you've got your drive shaft up here. There's our turbos right there. A great look at them. I absolutely love the way this thing looks with these turbos tucked up underneath here. And of course, we've got filters that come up on the front side of this here. A little bit of a tight squeeze under here, but you can see they do sit pretty level with the oil pan. I'll give you a real close look at that. Really pretty darn level with the oil pan. So hopefully you wouldn't run into a lot of problems with ground clearance on this thing. But he has got a lot of stuff already ready to go on here because, you know, they really do have to get tucked in there. There's a lot of little bolts and stuff, but he's doing a really good job of getting this thing rocking and rolling. Well, brother, how's everything going today, man? I left you alone for the most part while you've just been doing your magic. So yeah. Has the system been giving you any trouble, or is it going in pretty clean?
Honestly, it's going a lot better than a lot of kits I've put on in the past.
Really?
So, yeah, this one's actually well made.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, we were just talking about that intercooler. Check that bad boy out. It's pretty, yeah, it's stout, isn't it?
Yeah.
But so what has been the hardest part so far?
Honestly, probably the oil lines.
The oil lines, really? The turbo's tucked up in there really nice and easy?
Yeah, everything else went nice and smooth. It's just making the lines just because they're press fit. So,
Yeah. So the kit itself, no, you got little bitty things like that to be expected on a kit like this, but the kit itself seems to be going together okay. That's the important thing. So hopefully, so what's the plan going in? So for the rest of the day, you're just going to kind of work on the oil lines. So what's the plan for tomorrow?
I'm hoping to just finish up whatever couple pieces I have
on
the turbo kit. It shouldn't be much, and then tomorrow I'm going to try to focus mainly on the fuel system.
The fuel system, right. So we got that 3-hat fuel system going in from 4 Innovations. That's probably going to be a little bit of work too to get that in, I imagine.
Yeah, because that's all custom made lines.
All right, so there you go. Matt's going to work on getting the fuel system in tomorrow. Obviously, he's got some more bits on the turbo to kind of get bolted up. But essentially, he's just, like I said, the motor is all buttoned up. So he's got that all done. The oil pump gears, boom, check that off the list. The majority of the turbo kit is going to be in place probably by the end of the day, maybe a few small things by tomorrow. And then he's going to focus on that Bad Daddy fuel system. And once the fuel system is in, it's going to be just about time to rock and roll. So so stay tuned. This is only part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 coming up here very, very soon. You'll see the finished turbo kit, the finished fuel system, and you're going to start seeing the car really come to life. So anyway, guys, that's about it for this one. Stay tuned for part 2, and I will catch you on the next one. So until then, Racer X.